creating great sales copy for your online business is important, but the guy to talk to is Michael Fortin. In fact, we talked to him for you. Take a listen. Can somebody actually become a millionaire?
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I teach is the fact that if I were to take away, if you have a business right now, let's say, if I were to take away everything, if I were to take away your lists, your money, your client base, everything, you can build back up and make millions of dollars, literally, I wouldn't say overnight, but pretty fast, if you have one thing that you're left with, and that's the skill of writing great copy. So the fact that I teach people about how to write copy or how to hire people like myself who write copy is probably one of the fundamental things that can help you become a millionaire.
Now, how is it that copy on the internet can make you millions, whereas copy in a newspaper might not help you at all?
Well, copy in a newspaper, when you say copy, there's content and there's copy. There are ads in newspapers, as I'm sure you well know, that make millions of dollars. It depends where your target market is. You know, the three most important things in copy is actually, copy is the last one. It's the market, the offer, and then the copy. So as long as you can target your market and you're speaking to your market and you're connecting with your market, you can write good copy, and you can even write poor copy and still make a lot of money. It's simply because you're reaching out to the right market. You know, there's also a question of timing. So maybe your market reads the newspaper. Maybe your market is online. Maybe they're both. It doesn't matter. But the important thing is it's all about words, and it's all about connection and relationships with people and telling a good story.
You're actually getting people ready to write copy so they can sell their product.
Yes, my business actually involves three levels. The first level is actually writing the copy for a lot of clients who hire me to do that, and I'm not cheap. But I also have an agency. The second level is I can actually review your copy. Let's say you've written your own copy, or you had someone else write your copy for you. You're just not sure if it's going to be okay. So you run it by me, and I'll tell you how I think and what kind of recommendations and actionable suggestions that you can implement so that your copy can actually be at a higher level and convert. And when we say convert in copywriting, means how many people actually buy from your copy. And the third level is I teach people how to do it themselves. So essentially those three levels. And I think that the most important thing to realize is sometimes it's good to be a great copywriter yourself, to learn how to write great copy, because you know your product better than anybody else out there. But very often we get too married to our own business. We're too close to our business. I very often critique copy, and I see a lot of errors committed by business owners because I realize that they don't see it from the perspective of the reader. So hiring a copywriter is, the added benefit is that they will see it from the perspective of a reader from the outside, and they can see a lot of ahas. In fact, whenever people hire me to write copy, they have a questionnaire to fill out. And that questionnaire is so eye-opening for a lot of people. In fact, when they give it to me, they say, Michael, I realized all my mistakes just by filling out your questionnaire before I even hired your services. But that's the power of those three things.
So primarily the biggest mistake is going to be you're really not thinking about the end user. You're not thinking about your market. You're not thinking about the specific customer who's going to be buying your product or service.
Well, of course you are. I mean...
But isn't that the biggest mistake that most people make, though?
Sorry, I apologize. Yes, exactly. Because, you see, the bottom line is, and we have to understand this, when we write copy, a lot of people will write in the third person, corporate speak, with highfalutin language that people make, it makes them feel like they're above and beyond. And branding is all important, I understand that, but the importance is, who is reading your copy at that moment is the person who's going to take action from that copy, and therefore your copy should speak directly to that person. It's all about connecting with that person. It's about empathizing with that person, and also making a good offer to that one person who's reading your copy at that moment in time, so that once they buy, and then you have none, two, three, four, hundreds of thousands of people buying from your copy. But it's one person, it's a one-on-one personal conversation. That's what copywriting really is.
When I join Success Doctor and I say to you, yeah, but I've never written copy ever before, does that matter?
Well, the thing is, there are different levels of how, when you say learning copywriting, if you tell me that you sold in the past, you're a great salesperson. I mean, John, I see you on TV. I see you, the way you interact with people. You're a great salesperson. You sell yourself very well. If you're a great salesperson, there's no difference. If you can do it in person, you can certainly do it in print. I I don't require people to have an English major. I don't even require people to have good grammar skills, because there are people out there that we actually hire called editors. And we are copywriters. So as long as you can sell, and you can sell in print, I mean, if you can sell, you'll probably sell in print. As long as you can sell, you're fine. And I think that is the most teachable skill. And if a person comes up to me and they really don't know how to write copy, I ask them, do you know how to sell? If they don't know how to sell, then I tell them, go learn how to sell first. Then I'll teach you copy. But very often people can, and that's just literally a small little training that we do to transfer them to the printed version of selling in print, or of salesmanship.
Once they join Success Doctor, what are they getting? Are they getting one-on-ones with anybody? Are they getting a lot of tutorials online? Are they getting a lot of feedback from whatever ads they want to put out?
Well, Success Doctor is my flagship company. It is my main site, and basically people have a choice. They can hire my copywriting services if they actually want me to write their own copy, or they can have me critique their services, critique their copy, and those critique services will actually have me go through line by line of their existing sales copy, whether it's an email letter, whether it's a website, whether it's a newspaper ad, whether it's a direct mail piece, it doesn't matter. Even an infomercial, and TV commercials and radio commercials. But the third element is that if they want to learn how to do it themselves, there are services that I sell, there are products that I sell that actually teach people how to write better copy. There are training systems involved, and I think one of the most important things is a lot of this stuff that I do, my clients allow me to republish this material. For example, I do a critique on sales letter. I'll go line by line. I'll tell my client what's wrong with the copy, and I record this on video. I allow people who come to the Success Doctor, allow people to actually view those critiques, those reviews. And by doing that, they learn the mindset, the logic that goes on when I write copy. How do I think? How do I come up with a great headline? And why do I come up with that headline? So when they see that, they can take 10 steps back and learn the process of formulating great copy just by watching me in action. Rather than me teaching, here's what you should do, A, B, C. That's not it. They learn how I do it by watching me do it, and then they get it. And that's what I offer on Success Doctor.
What is, as far as investing time and also investing money, what's the parameters here for somebody who wants to join Success Doctor?
Well, Success Doctor is, as I said, various levels. So if you want to hire me specifically to write copy, I'm pretty expensive. But I have an agency and I have staff. I have people who I coach and train who write copy for me. I review everything, and of course the fee levels are a little different. So it can range anywhere between $5,000 to $25,000 depending on the length of copy. I mean, I've written 75-page sales letters. So you can understand that those longer sales letters require a lot of work. But if you do a critique, a review, it can range between $500 to $3,000 depending on the length of the copy as well. Very often about $1,000 is the average. But if you want to learn copy, I have a monthly membership site, and that the price range varies, so you'll need to go to that site. It's all explained there. But those are different levels. So I think if you, it's not necessarily what you can afford, it's what you can't afford. You know, how much more money can you make by applying either my copywriting or learning your copywriting yourself? And that will tell you how much you can afford.
How about investment of time, as far as, you know, what's it going to take somebody, or what would you suggest that somebody has, how many hours a week that they might have to get this?
If you already understand selling, and then the process of learning how to transfer that into a sales copy formula, there are very, very fundamental formulas to follow that you can learn pretty much in a snap within a couple of days, and you're fine. I think some people get it within maybe a week, but some people, they need to actually learn the process at a greater level. One of my favorite mentors, and is also a great friend of mine, and he just recently passed away, his name is Gary Halbert. He actually taught the process of handwriting actual sales letters, winning sales letters that have been proven to sell very well, to write them out by hand, word for word. And the process of how it connects with your brain circuitry when you write them down, you get to understand when you write it word for word, when you transcribe them, and you get a feeling or an understanding of what went through the person's mind when they wrote it. And sometimes you need to do it once or twice to get it. Sometimes you might need, you know, maybe 10, maybe 20. I did that before. I did that when I started out my early career. Some people get it in a week. Some people get it in a month. But the ultimate answer to your question is, what's the investment of time? I'm turning 40. I've been in copy for 25 years, and I'm still learning. So it never stops. It always have to change. You know, the internet is a brand new media. markets change. Now, their needs and their wants and the human behavior doesn't change, but their wants and needs change. So you have to keep on learning. So when you ask me what's the investment of time, that's up to you. The investment of money, that's also up to you, but it depends on what you can afford and not afford.
Michael, thank you.
You're welcome, John.
And again, that was Michael Fortin. All you have to do if you want to get more information about him is go to my website, which is realmoneyshow.com.